Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. Today, I'm joined by Heather Pearce Campbell. Heather, g'day from down under. A warm welcome. Where are you hanging out?
Excellent. So good to see you, Tom. I am over in Seattle, Washington.
The home of all North America's greatest coffee
Right.
scene and culture and innovations. It's quite extraordinary. So for those of you who don't know Heather, she's a warrior mama, and by golly, sometimes you have to be a warrior mama. How old are you? How old are the little ones?
Yep. So I've got one who is 4, about to turn 5, and
Oh,
my 9-year-old just turned 10 a couple days ago. So we joke we have a little person who's already a decade in the house.
right. They're very cute ages, both of them, especially with the 4-year-old. So in addition to being a warrior mama, she's a nature lover. She's a dedicated attorney and legal coach for world-changing entrepreneurs. She can be found on website, I should say, legalwebsitewarrior.com. Folks, really, really important subject. A lot of people, and I'm one of them, get hot and heavy about marketing, but you've got to make sure that your ass is protected. You may be doing all the right things. You might be being quite careful, but there are some pretty malicious people out there. It's not that the USA are hot and heavy about legal stuff. But I'll tell you a quick story. I was looking to franchise in the US, and I went to see a franchise specialist in the US, and he sat me down in front of his desk, and he was in the old days where you picked up the phone and talked to your receptionist. And,
Right.
Dolly, bring me in the phone book. And Dolly brought in the phone book, the yellow pages. And he grabbed the yellow pages and he rifled through it, and he held up the yellow pages. And the yellow pages were sort of, 3 inches
Like a
thick. He was
big,
grabbing
big
1
book.
inch section. He said,
Yeah.
the first thing you need to know is that's the number of attorneys that want to sue your ass. So
A nice visual demonstration, just in case you were wondering.
welcome to America. Yeah, welcome to the minefield. And it's true. You've got to have your legal. You've got to have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Otherwise, you could be losing your shit. All that hard work. So let's get on with the interview. How to legally protect your business. Question. 7 minutes starts now. Question number 1, Heather, is who is your ideal client?
My ideal clients, like we said in the intro, are world-changing entrepreneurs. I call them information entrepreneurs. They're generally online experts, speakers, authors. They do all kinds of things in their business. They're podcasters, but they are largely dealing with information, right? Consultants and coaches, people whose entire business are developed around a body of work.
And very appropriate then you're on the Marketing the Invisible podcast, because what they have is not a physical product, but intellectual.
That's right.
So tell us, question number 2, 6.5 minutes left. What's the problem you solve for these world-changing entrepreneurs?
So a couple. The list of legal problems is long, but moving out bigger picture, typically the largest problem people face is getting a legal understanding of their business, having what I call the map, right? The legal roadmap to your business. People tend to cherry pick their legal needs, like my business coach told me this, or my friend in business told me this, but they've never sat down with somebody to get a comprehensive understanding, top to bottom, of their legal needs, so that they can, from a strategic perspective, prioritize what they need.
Right. Thank you for that. What would you say are some of the typical symptoms that your ideal clients are experiencing before, but they sort of, what would give someone listening to this a bit of a heads up that they need to find out more about what you do? 5.5.
Right. Well, so one is they're just not connecting with somebody who they feel understands their business from a legal perspective. That's like an entry-level pain point. But the other pain points are they're hiring. They might be hiring internationally. They've got an online business and they're facing privacy issues. They have intellectual property issues. They're concerned about launching a new course or program, or they're thinking, maybe I need to get a trademark. They're reaching into the US, which I work with a lot of people internationally as well. So they're facing the whole sea of legal issues that you just referenced in that Yellow Pages book, right? They're facing being in the marketplace. So
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no worries. So they generally have a host of legal things going on in their business, but one of those pain points is going to jump up and bite them.
And are they in that sort of situation where they don't know what they don't know, but they know they don't know what they don't know? If you like, it sort of says, they've got, because you've got intellectual property protection rights, you've got potential litigation for which they need some sort of legal professional indemnity or protection.
That's right.
It's the outgoing legal stuff to protect your intellectual property as well as the incoming.
It's all of the above, right? And the ways that we grow our businesses through relationships, those are all opportunities for things to go sideways.
Yeah, all right. Tell me about it. And I mean, the thing is, you folks, you can be, as pure as the white-driven snow and as well-intentioned as Mother Teresa, and you can still get someone who wants to have a go at you. So let's just assume that people are aware that there are some legal issues that should be taken care of. What would you say, question 4, some of the common mistakes that people make when trying to resolve these issues? 2.5 minutes left.
Totally. They will often attempt first like a do-it-yourself approach, cobble a contract together, borrow it from somebody else's business when it's not really a fit for them. The worst is going to Google and just taking whatever they find, which can often, templates. But the crazy part about the online world is you can often find yourself in a copyright infringement scenario, not thinking like, oh yeah, legal work belongs to somebody. So I end up chasing down people all the time that have ripped information off of my clients' websites, right? So do not do any of those things.
A sub question, how much of you, I'm stopping the clock here because I'm squeezing another question in. How much of your percentage of your time is chasing people who have infringed copyright? I mean, we have it all the time. People just blatantly copy our programs and courses and put it up on websites and sell them.
Yep. No, for once I enroll clients, and especially clients that have good visibility in the marketplace, and truthfully, all my other clients too that are on their way to good visibility, if they don't have it already, I tell them, you just need to plan for this. This is the reality, unfortunately, of yes, it's going to happen. It's not really a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And it tends to be ongoing once you've reached certain levels of business.
I would say we discover someone every week. We now have a system in place that once a month we have to scan for our product names and we find people.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, it's and folks, it'll happen to you before you think that you're highly visible. That's the thing that I was surprised at. Okay, back on track. Thank you. Just under 3 minutes left.
Totally.
Question 5. What I know from painful experience that people should not try to do this themselves. We're coaches, we're marketers, we are whatever we are, but we're not legal people. And DIY is just a freaking disaster. You could actually create more problems than you're trying to solve. So that said, that's a big mistake. But so we're not suggesting people should do it themselves, but give us one valuable free action that someone could take to not solve the whole problem, but take them a step.
Get started. Yes. Step in the right direction is to get yourself organized. Go gather up what you do have in place. So for example, maybe you've got a client agreement in place for your standard client services. Maybe at some point you did put a privacy policy from a template generator site on your website. Create a legal file for yourself and go gather up the resources that you have. This will help somebody like me do an audit for you very quickly. Right? You've got your stuff all together. And also, if you haven't done this, like Tom, I'm sure you've got a million pages all over the internet, Tom, between landing pages, sales pages, webinar funnel, like all the things. Make sure you have all of your online real estate, because that is where our IP lives, most of us in the online space, documented in a spreadsheet, tracked by page.
Excellent idea. Pain in the butt, but just so important.
You will feel so good when you've done even just that initial step.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that. 70 seconds left. 2 questions to go. One valuable free resource. Where can people go to find out more about what you do?
Yes, legalwebsitewarrior.com/legal basics bootcamp. This is a free, really mini bite-sized legal basics bootcamp that will walk you through a framework that I created that will help you quickly understand your business from a legal perspective.
So it's www.legalwebsitewarrior.com/legal basics, plural. Bootcamp. Go get it. 40 seconds left. Heather, what's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
What is it that I wish people knew about legal that they don't? Couple things. One is that it is synonymous with business leadership. I joke with people that I deliver legal services, but what I sneak in is actually better business leadership, right? It is about, because the entrepreneurs that I serve, they don't have in-house counsel. They're not Starbucks and Nike, but they need to be leading their businesses in a very specific way, right?
Perfect.
The other thing is
5
how
seconds.
okay, I'll wrap it up.
All right. Heather Campbell, Pearce, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.